Oh, there's money made aplenty, madmen made so wealthy. There are bastards green with envy, who've never yet been to war. But give me some fighting wages, I'll put myself in pages when you write the goddamn history of whatever you call this war. For those who seek employment, avoiding Morse annoyment, your ambition is deployment for any war that you find.
Howdy there, folks. Tex the Black Pants Legion, and welcome again to Scrombles. Scrombles the Mechwarrior, Scrombles the Death Dealer, Scrombles the Destructionator, Scrombles the Simple. He is not a wise man, but he is a dangerous man. And he is here. So, here we go. We got somebody out of action, mainly because of, well, don't worry about it. We're here, or we're soon here, but there's some things I need to do, apparently. Lance of Directorate Military Units, aggressive, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, unimpeded. Gotta deal with that. Then I should probably actually move the plot along. But, you know, I'm a weirdo. Look, there's a Warhammer. Nice. Alright. I'm doing an episode on it. You know what? We're gonna need to get down into the mech bay and see how fucked all these are. Because I think they're all fucked. It's Discombobulator. It's King Kurgo. This is Tweedledee, which is in need of repair. There's Headshoot. That's the Archer. This thing has been awesome. I can't believe how awesome this thing's been. Yeah, I can. It's an Archer. The Archer has never disappointed me as a mech in Battletech. They are a little soft. They don't take really great hits. They maybe aren't the best be-all, end-all weapon system ever. But they're good. And they're good enough for inner-sphere warfighting, which is good. It's all you need. You just need a little bit of murder. There we go. LRM-15's decent enough. I got my 8Q. And then, got this Warhammer here, which is fine. I mean, I'm sitting here with so much shit in storage, it's unbelievable. But let's refit this thing, because, well, there's so many variants of the Warhammer, and of course I'm working on this whole Warhammer episode thing, and this is the anti-Warhammer Warhammer, as you can see. Large lasers in here, and then medium lasers out there. Which is going to be, a lot of people are just going to go, what, why? And I'm like, because I can. That's the beauty of this. It has jump jets. It's kind of like a Torian version, but doesn't have the snub PPCs on it. So yeah, having fun. So we're going to wait to advance time as we slowly try to repair everything. And again, I'm going to ask this question to, oh yeah, see, everyone trains. Everyone learns how to kill.
Job's done, Commander.
I'm wondering why they have not started another one of these games. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. If anyone out there who works at HBS wants to talk to me, even off the record, I'm not gonna like publicize this shit. I'm not gonna scream at you guys. I'm not gonna tell you you're dumb or whatever. I'm not a game reviewer. I don't know how to make games. I can barely play them, let alone know how to make a game. So if you wanna go out of your way and tell Mr. Tex what's going on, I think that'd be great. But if you don't, I'm not gonna hate you. I mean, I'm not gonna hate you at all if that's how you want to play. So yeah, if anyone out there at HBS wants to say why they're not making another one of these in this beautiful renaissance of Battletech, I guess they don't like money, and I would advise them to change their business model to be receptive to what the audience obviously wants. In the wake of the sheer faith and happiness that people have expressed in the slow and troubled but fulfilled, or being fulfilled as best they can, clan boxes, clan wave invasion Kickstarter boxes, it would be foolish to not make another one of these games, especially if they have the rights in perpetuity, which I know they'd have at HBS, especially for stuff in this era. I know they do. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, you need to die. Let's go ahead and shoot you in the face a lot.
Let's see how you like this.
Yeah, there you go. Little knock on the noggin to let you know that I don't like you. And you're different than me. So, yeah, they could make a lot of money doing this. All they would have to do, really, is clean the game up so, you know, it ran a little better. They could do a Kickstarter for it. If they did a Kickstarter for this game, they'd have more money than they'd ever need. I mean, I'm honest. I'd fund it. I mean, imagine if they built it instead of Unity. Imagine if they built it in something like Unreal. Imagine if they built it in Unreal. Imagine if they made it very, very, very easily modifiable. Not that stopped the Rogue Tech, Battletech Advanced, Extended, and all the other mods. That's not stopped any of those people from making this exactly the game they want to play. But if it was a little more moddable, Steam Workshop support, stuff like that, drag and drop, oh my god.
Firing, full complement on enemy.
I mean, this is just throwing money on the ground.
I think I hit something good.
It's kind of like saying you made a
enemy contact.
You're a baker and you made a pie one year and this pie sold out and there was a line out the door for it, and then you go, I will never make that pie again. Seems a bit weird. I'm just saying. I don't understand, on some level, denying the presence of massive market forces.
Good to go.
And I'm not talking about market force hype, like, you know, the gold rush, because the people who made money off the gold rush were the people who sold shovels. It was not the people going out there for it, but this is a product with extremely renewed commercial interest in the wake of Games Workshop's fuckery, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you guys want to pick the money up that people are throwing into the air, that is to say, formerly unreasonable amounts of money, like Games Workshop Army's amounts of money, and they're wanting to come into the fandom, and you're like, nah, I'm too good for your money. Take it elsewhere. It's like, are you crazy? No. I want to just, like, walk up to these guys and say, you do understand that money can be exchanged for goods and services, either now or at a future time. And I just want to point that out to them in case they're, like, unfamiliar. Because I don't know what else is going on. Nothing else makes sense. And I know what I'm saying is, like, silly hyperbole, but...
Scored a critical hit.
What the fuck is that guy doing? Alright, so... I can see a handful of them. They're up there. I mean, it's 2 lances, obviously. So I'm gonna start pulling them over here toward the water, where I can use the Aqua Vitae to prevent myself from dying. And I will shoot this man with AC-20s. AC-20 applied directly to the forehead.
Target acquired.
Oh my god, did that actually knock him in the noggin? No, it just looked like it did. But yeah, I have no idea why they're not making another one of these games when the interest is obvious to everyone. So, just kind of curious. I don't know what Harebrained Schemes is working on now, but if I were them, I would say, hey, if you did a Shadowrun campaign that was moddable and, for example, you know, workshop moddable, supportable with, like, DM building tools, you basically have Neverwinter Nights 3, and it would be explosively popular. If you had Battletech and allowed me to build my own cool little campaigns and scenarios and then play them in multiplayer with friends, you would be able to print all the money you wanted, guys.
Firing full complement on the enemy.
I'm not asking for much either. I mean, I'm just asking to choose not Unity, or, you know, like make less memory lag, which is fine, because, you know, the mod people have done that for you. They've literally done most of that. So, yeah, I would say, like, bring some of them talented folk on board, and, yeah. You know, they figured workarounds for you because they love you, not because they hate you. So work with them and make a better product. I mean, it's kind of basic economics. I ain't an economic genius. Don't think I am. Don't think I know how to be a billionaire or anything. I don't know any shortcuts to that. Other than, like, abandon compassion for your fellow man. That seems to be kind of common.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
I can't be the only person who gets, like, serious Lex Luthor vibes from Bezos, right? I'm just...
Losing armor.
You know.
No retreat.
I mean, Zuckerberg's a robot. You watch him and he's like, hello, I too enjoy human food, which is eaten with my human family, which I enjoy in the outside of my home, which I sleep in. It's like... Okay, pod people, I get it. You're about to get discovered and you're a little nervous, but, you know, like, maybe don't spy on everybody.
Fire on target.
And he's down. And he's gone.
Target neutralized.
I'd say. Problem is, they got a lot of firepower, and I need to back the fuck off and keep feeding them their own shoes here. So, yeah, the Taurians, taking the bull by the horns, not smart, but it's the only option I got, and it pays well. Alright, let's see if we can do some PPC foo. Oh, that's not good. Alright, let's shoot. Shoulder!
Locked on with all weapons.
If nothing else, I might be able to knock him down. Yeah, no, he's closing. He is not afraid to keep in contact. He's absolutely gonna keep punching me with that pop gun. Yeah. And we've got so many guys coming, it's redonkulous. This is also, like, the shortcoming of this game. I know I'm bad at it. Like, you have to understand, every time I play a strategy game, I fully expect now to have people go, well, actually, or, you know, like, critique my enjoyment of the game. Like, not my way of playing. If they said, hey, Tex, what you did was a fumble, and here's the steps to do. Like, you know, a chess grandmaster conveying... Oh, no, not the AC-20. That's expensive. I don't care if he falls down. It's that AC-20 I'm worried about.
Commander, I'm hit.
Yeah, well, that's your job in a mech. The other part of the job's hitting them. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, so whenever I play something like Homeworld and I say that the game is really nostalgic for me, and my takeaway is very nostalgic, and I remember playing the game for the first time, and it still feels really unique every time I play Homeworld, and I go on about the lore and the things I like and the feelings it evokes. Because, you know, I'm a human being, and I'm trying to get better at sharing. And being a little bit more open, especially in an era where, you know, being open means being attacked, essentially, or opening yourself up to that. So it's one of those things where you try to still be a human being and compassionate, and, you know, share what you can of yourself, of course. Because as I've warned people 1,000 times, beware parasocial relationships, and if you don't know what a parasocial relationship is, I'd say go look at one. Go Google parasocial relationships. Go read the definition of it and understand what that means. It's also why I take the stance I do on, like, merch. I do not want you to give me money to put my face on clothes that will wash off their textures in a week. No, that seems awful. Now, shitposting shirts for charity all day, every day. I'm down with that. That's some good shit. Because it's a meme. And I like memes. Quick draw, slow to the fight. Oof.
One less target.
But yeah, it's it's one of those things where I'll be playing a game that I really enjoy and I love ranting about or, you know, playing. And I know I'm not great at it. Obviously, if I wanted to do the very best portrayal of my tactics, I would not be, you know, like recording this live. As you can see me move things around when I talk or look at stuff. Believe it or not, a lot of Let's Plays, you record the footage once and then you voice over it later in a sound booth. So the voice sounds really good. You don't get any weird ground effect sounds and stuff like that. Like, you know, you can hear a slight buzz on my recording. That's because when I play this game and record it live, there's an ungrounded thing in this analog motherfucker over there, and I need a part and I keep not getting it. But yeah, it's very easy to appear competent if you want to create a cultivated view of the game. But I don't want to be good at games. I want to enjoy them. It is amazing, I agree. It is truly amazing to watch someone who is in their fucking element, like own at a game, like someone who's just great at it. And we all love watching a gladiator, you know. We love watching somebody who is just in their element. They're an ass-kicking machine, and it's what they do, and they're fucking great at it. And it is amazing. It is so amazing to watch that. And I'm with you. I think that's cool. I'm not one of those guys. And I'll never claim to be. There's a few games that I'm really good at, and I used to play a lot of RTS competitively, but the problem is you burn yourself out memorizing the most optimal thing that came out this patch with this balance, and this most optimal meta is the best way to do things, and you need to use this thing and that thing, and it just reminded me of a lot of the ugliness I saw in Games Workshop with tabletop, where it was codex creep, and I don't like that. Again, I want to have fun. I'd rather have a themed army that's cool and personal to me than I would have like the army that's the most effective, optimal way to beat people to death on tabletop. I'd rather play a fun character in D&D than like, oh, are you gonna die or something? Oh, get over yourself. You're still standing. But yeah, the thing is I honestly believe that games should be fun, and when they're not, don't play them. You know, don't get hyper competitive just because you feel you need to fill that hole in your life with a video game. I'm gonna tell you something that's maybe uncomfortable here, but I've not yet met a video game that allows me to fill any empty hole in my life. I've not yet had that happen. There's some very good games I can play for a very long time, but they really don't help me fill any of the sad feel in my brain, unless I can share it with friends. That's why I'll play even bad games with friends. Games are not enough. They're just a medium by which to have fun. Because there are some games that are single player and incredible and evocative, but they're few. Very few. Because you'll play them once, you go, yeah, alright, and you consume it. Like, you consume it much like a movie, you know? Most movies you'll watch once in your life and be like, oh yeah, I saw that, and then you'll forget most of it, because it's boring. It was an action movie, so it didn't have to be great anyways. You're like, oh yeah, that was the scene with the shotgun guy, yeah, I remember that, and nothing else. Most video games are like that. They have a cool part or like some cool mechanics or whatever, and you play through it. You play it through once, and you're like, okay, I've done that, and then you move on. It's a different kind of buy-in. So there are some things that are kind of transitory in games, but I've never found a game that I enjoyed more than one with friends. You know, the games with friends are the ones I enjoy. The ones where I can have that human element, that chaos, the unpredictability. I think that's great. Those are usually the ones that make me laugh. Uh-oh. It's Directorate colors, but not Directorate colors. Oh, it's Torians, yeah. I knew.
I'm wounded.
Don't worry, you're going through the Scromble school. Every Scromble equals more war crimes because you can't remember why you were fighting in the first place. Alright, let's shoot this guy in the center torso. It's a Warhammer. There we go.
connection on that one.
A good hit on him, a good hit or two on him can do some serious damage if you concentrate it. It is a heavy mech, but it's not super heavy as a heavy mech. Some heavy mechs are just walking armor suits. Some heavy mechs are not.
Internals are taking a beating.
Oof. But yeah, as I was getting around to kind of tangentially going on about it, I get kind of annoyed when I'm sitting there obviously trying to have fun and I say I'm not great at a game, you know? And I want people to know I'm not great at a game.
I took a critical hit.
Because some people have that expectation. They think everything, literally everything on the channel is going to be just as polished as like Tex Talk's Battletech. And I try to tell, these are the same people who think I can make one a week because they think I'm a millionaire or this is my job or something. So it is a bit of a odd expectation for a stranger to place on another. But, oh shit, yeah. That's a great stray shot. Thank you. I am taking a fucking beating. Another Highlander. Yeah, this is turning bad. That Annihilator is almost down, but King Cargo is relatively fresh. I can charge up here and just start doing some bad shit. The Archer could technically overheat, and one good hit on him. Yeah, he needs to get into more cover. Badly. Well, he just earned himself a retirement check. Alright, what a rough fight. But yeah, I don't want you to think I'm great at games. Never, ever think I'm great at games. If I tell you I'm fantastic at a game, this is sarcasm. I'm not great at video games. I don't want you to think that. What is annoying, though, is when I tell people I'm playing something for, like, nostalgia, or just because I enjoy it. It's a Zen thing. And you have people who come along and say, you know, you're literally the worst XYZ. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I told you that. It's like coming into a Denny's and complaining, I have a lot of breakfast food. It's just like, yeah, it's kind of what I do here. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just... I'm trying to enjoy a game. Some people feel that they have to be right on this shit. I mean, and I remember the last time I had to deal with one of those guys, just because I don't block people outright or what have you, you know, unless they're absolutely crazy. I told this one guy, and this was kind of interesting, he kept commenting on the Homeworld one, and I said, hey, you know, I'd love to see you play. And I didn't mean it in a mean way. I meant, like, if this guy is so fucking good, I kind of want to see that. This guy was making criticisms that were very specific. And I'm like, maybe this is one of those hidden giants from the old days. Oh, no. No. I'm not in terrible trouble, but... I'm just kind of worried about what he's got in the back, because it looks like fire support, but that 90 and 85 tons is bothering me on each count. Okay, let's stand on that corpse there and just keep slinging lead. This Highlander is about to fall over, so I'm going to help him do that. No, there.
Fire.
Knock down. Floor. But yeah, I thought that, because back in the day, in the online games of Homeworld, there were some people out there that were like Grand Fleet commanders that played 8D chess in that game, and you could never, ever, ever stop them. They were amazing. I am losing this one badly. Oof.
Weapon system down.
Oh, and he cooked himself to do it, so they're getting aggressive. I just have to be careful. Oh, it's a stalker. All right, that makes sense. We must go down to the water. But yeah, I thought that, and maybe I'm crazy in thinking this, but I thought, in all honesty, that this guy was one of those, like, hidden geniuses, like one of those, like, great commanders that is just gone and is re-emerging to, like, criticize me. It'd be like getting yelled at by Cuban Pete in Space Station 13, right? So I'm sitting there going like, wow, this Grandmaster has come out, and I'm excited a little bit in his critiques. And I was trying to say, hey, you know, like, I'm not trying to be great at this game, you know, but I'd like to see yours and what have you. And he was being stereotypically Quebecois about it, which is to say, rude. I hate if you're from Quebec and you get mad over that, but it's every person I've ever had to deal with who's told me they're from Quebec has done so in the first sentence and has used that as an excuse to be exceptionally rude, and uninvitedly so. I guess it's kind of like the same thing. You Europeans think of us burgermans pointing out we landed on the moon every time you bring up the metric system. You know, it's annoying. Every culture has their annoying thing they do. But the thing is we end up with a lot of people on the internet who, you know, are, how dare you not entertain me the way I want to be entertained, and you invite them to, you know, go elsewhere or make their own content, which I would view and enjoy. And because, again, I love watching people play hard games who just make it their bitch. Like people who play Dark Souls, I think that shit's awesome, who are really good at it, because I know I suck at that. So when I, like, watch someone who's really, really fucking good at Dark Souls, I go, oh shit, I'm gonna watch this. It's like watching somebody who can run through these fights where you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and the guy is naked and just like rolling around and doesn't even get hit once. Like, not once does this person get hit. And you go, holy shit, this guy's a fucking amazing. I love watching stuff like that. Oh, wow.
Target neutralized.
Nice. So now all I have to do is fight a whole nother lance. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. All I have is some crippled mechs and one destroyed one. Just gotta fight this whole other lance of salt mechs. No big deal. No big deal at all. This is all my fault. I don't want anyone to think that this is an unfair mission. This is typically all my fault. But yeah, I don't mind people criticizing me, especially like Wargame and what have you, which gets hyper competitive among that crowd. The Wargame Red Dragon crowd is nuts. Like, there is a meta in there where they will just scream and rant in the forums because of balance or whatever, because they think that literally their army should be able to conquer the world. And a lot of it's just nationalistic nonsense, but some of it is well-founded and are balance issues. Like, if you put realistic bomb loads on a lot of American planes, it would be horrifying.
Copy that.
Oh man, almost. Yeah, this archer's gonna eat it next, because that thing is just. Yep. Well, 2v4. Here we go. Bad decisions ahoy. But yeah, I guess I'm just ranting and rambling and what have you. But I think it's kind of weird that there is this implied undesired casual status where you don't upload footage of games being played in the most quote-unquote effective manner. And yeah, there's me burping. Sexy. But yeah, I don't get it. I guess I come from a different era where you didn't have to be good at games to prove yourself. You just had to be yourself to prove yourself, which I guess is a foreign concept, but I don't know. I don't get it. I just kind of shrug for the most part. I mean, I'm an average guy. I don't get a lot of this nonsense. I just enjoy my games. But there is kind of a weird elitism, and I'm not trying to say gatekeeping, because that's the dog whistle or triggering word or whatever for people nowadays, especially in fandoms. You know, I do get a lot of flack for having the opinions I do on Space Station 13, but I've also played it for over 12 years on a regular basis, so I think I'm entitled to have an opinion on Space Station 13. Not as a content creator, but just as yet another humble servant of Cargonia.
Engaging target.
Okay, that was terrible. And this guy, oh yeah, this guy's just gonna start calling people out and make him go away from his high point. He might cook himself in the process, though. Yeah, ignore that head hit.
Where's all my armor?
You don't need it. Where's the beef? Sorry to ramble or rant on that. It's just something I've observed that I think is kind of weird. I think it's kind of an interesting observation, and I wonder why it is. Because since when did everyone have to try so hard? I mean, whatever happened to people being themselves? Not an exaggerated, hugely grossly exaggerated caricature of themselves or unintentional self-parody, but I mean, when did people start having to be the best or nothing? I mean, I understand competition, but I think that stratifying your efforts into all or nothing and then expecting commensurate results with all or nothing is kind of crazy, because life isn't quite binary. Life is a bit more complex. There are a variety of things that go into every decision we make, not just, is this best for me, but, you know, there's a lot of things that happen. So I don't understand this. Oh, see, they're cooking themselves. They're applying pressure because I killed one of them. And he's very upset at that. However, he's about to be more upset because in order to kill the front guy, they are deciding to show me the rear armors. And I love shooting the rear armors because that's where the engine hides.
Got the angle. Taking the top.
Fall down.
Solid connection on that
No.
one.
Damn it. No, that's expensive. Yeah, they are absolutely good. I mean, they got the high ground, Anakin. I was going to retreat to the water, but there's no cover, and they've got me in range, so okay, all that's left is King Cargo. I think next time I will just literally try to go beat the end of the game rather than trying to grind for new and interesting mechs, because this game, the base game, even with DLC, doesn't reward that very well. I'm going to kill him. Watch this. That does feel good. The Atlas stands alone.
One less target.
That, and I also want to try with my new PC upgrades and setup. I do want to try to run like Battletech Extended and Advanced and all that other stuff. I really want to run the fuck out of that with the full settings, and I want to see what kind of experience I have. I expect to die a lot, and I expect us to tell a story, an organic story in the periphery. That's what I want. I want to tell a crazy space western. That's what I want. There we go. We're gonna run over here. I mean, if just because he wants to kill me doesn't mean I gotta make it easy. I can be an asshole all I want. Okay, Stalker, can I hit any of that ammunition? Because if I can, this will be great. All right, do it.
Engage.
Now, if I run out of AC, it becomes Rock'em Sock'em Robots time. I run out of Rock'em Sock'em Robots, it becomes DFA o'clock. I run out of DFA, I'm gonna be a hero. So here we go.
Reporting. Heavy damage. Give them everything you've got.
Give everything you got. This is very... I don't think it's gonna work, because they're giving you everything they have, and you're popping off single pop gun rounds, and it's bad. They have the high ground, and they are just shooting the shit out of you. You can't say that's an unknown mech. You saw it move. Don't be stupid. Alright, so we're gonna back off here, and then we're going to try for another shot, and I need to connect with something. I need to make him dead. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Oh, He's getting into... Oh, wow.
Damn it, I'm wounded.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. That's why you have a seatbelt and a bite guard. And tape. I put all that in there.
Reporting. Critical hit. Yes, Commander.
All right, you know what? Let's do this. You want to fight? Let's fight. Buys me a turn of cooldown. Not that that helps. All right.
Commander, I am losing weapon systems.
Not allowed to. That's company property. That leg is company property.
Stability gone.
Well, I mean, yeah.
All units destroyed.
Well, that seems to be the end of that. Next time I'll beat this fucking thing. I promise. Maybe. We'll see. Stay safe out there, and thanks for putting up with me. I know you got a lot of choices in YouTubers out there. It's a very saturated market. Some of the people I admire in this industry, people like, you know, Ross Scott and Krug Smash and Boat Bomber, they've all felt the feel of this, and it's sad to say, but when you make really clickbaity titles and everything else out there, it's easy. It's easy to drive the algorithm that way. So by continuing to look back and continuing to check on the channel and continuing to set notifications even though they turn them off, you're voting with your actions to say you're looking forward to something completely different and not what you're being forced to see. And for that, and nothing else, for exercising your own free will, I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Next time around, I'll see if I can beat this game or keep this princess alive or whatever I was hired to do.